Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's IZM SPORTS. It's your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct, BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark madism over here on IZM Sports, talking about just the worldwide spectrum of sports entertainment, Mr. Harriel. Excuse me, Dr. Harriel. You got to give that brother all his respect. Dr. Coach Harriel.
Appreciate it, Hawk.
Come on, man.
Busy evening, but I wanted to come in here tonight and talk my talk.
Yeah.
A lot of talking I need to do.
A lot of talking you need to do. Well, see, I moved this week's episode to Wednesday because I was scheduling around our guest, head coach Amiri Baraka of the University High School Pheonix, the ladies team over there. Yes, as you know, he won Coach of the Year in the state of New Jersey last year. And they're off to a great start. And we want to talk about youth athletics. And of course, you're the specialist when it comes to youth athletics. So I'm hoping his brother hops in the building before you scat out of here. But in the meantime, in between time, I know you want to talk your smack. You want to get it off.
No, I don't. You know what? See, I don't talk smack. I just, let the facts speak for itself. The great thing about this show is, I've been beat up, all year, with hearing all this cowboy talk, and I gotta take it. Even when y'all bashing them, you still picking them. You still with them, and now they got to go up against my 49ers.
Well, see, I want you to take it easy on me because, as you know, I kind of hopped off the Cowboy bandwagon. I mean, it's hard to get it out of your blood, when you grew up on it like that. But since Jerry and his connection with Trump going against, Colin Kaepernick, that whole thing, I hopped off the bandwagon. But I can't front. It's good to see my boys, seeing the boys do so well. But on the other side of that, I think I've been rooting harder for the 49ers this year than you have, Coach, because you're
right. I had like kind of given up at, first trade early on. He went down, and Jimmy G held it down, and he got hurt. And I got nervous when the Purdy got up in there, the forgotten pick, So he's been he's 10-0. You got to ride with him. And Hawk, I give you your props. You picked him early on. You was like, he gonna be all right. Yeah, he gonna be all right. So,
well, listen, because we need an audience. We need to let people know we're here. We switch days on folks, so our usual suspects probably searching and seeking and not knowing what's going on. So let me do what we do. I'm gonna put up this video featuring myself, Amiri Baraka Jr., Do It All Kelly, and of course, Amiri Baraka Jr. is supposed to be our guest on today's show. So hopefully he'll pop in before Coach got to break camp. But that said, real hip hop for the people. Let's do it.
Yeah.
24 hours of peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Real hip hop for the people. It's an engagement. It's a demonstration. Using hip hop culture to get you activated. Let the people hear the bass and the vibration, the love, peace, unity, and watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here, Springfield Avenue, between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy. Shit.
We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Ron Lawrence. Fire.
The hip hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
Yes,
love
we do.
it. Yeah, we do. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know how.
The realness. The culture.
What up, man?
You know a hard head makes it soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs spitting bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the bold as rappers too immature to outgrow it. It was more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm feeding. The mic I be squeezing, dropping facts like I'm teaching. Leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel a light so you can see when I tan. I'm like one I never ran, I'm a fan but never stand. Just take a black way to the east, X and out the clan.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Biko. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live that, I get back. Heart all in it, no gimmick, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black art, knew my part. Daddy gave me, mama made me. North raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown. Harriet Underground, sun up the sundown. Till my people get out, north to down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we battle the bullet. Black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
Yeah. But no one stopped to think about the people.
The legends before me are ones I want to get it like, but hitting quick hit different when hitting right. Mob ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Do it to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watch the lie do it. Airborne to skeeky, like a Wendell Pruitt. Trumpets blow, this song's here, melodic ruins. Think forward before they have to think form. Boom bap, I talk that and live enormous. Informers when present and your boy performing, especially when them drums snap by Brian Lawrence. Do it all, that poet talk of the line crosser. Many hawk and I speak by your flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no feeble offers. Signed, sealed, and delivered, and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are. Yeah, the people.
Like I said, that was Real Hip Hop for the People by Hakeem Green, featuring Queen G. Simone, Amiri Baraka Jr., and Do It All Kelly, produced by Ron Lawrence, video shot by Rock Davis. Big shout out to Domingo on the mixing and the mastering. Big shout out to the city of Newark, New Jersey for hosting 24 Hours of Peace.
Brick City,
Jersey.
Jersey.
But we do what we do.
Dirty Jersey.
All right, so, you know, we might as well just go ahead and get into the daggone thing. You know, it was a big weekend of football, gentlemen. Big weekend of football.
Huge.
I think we all called it. No upsets on this side. We expected the Giants to do the damn thing. Cowboys, well.
No, I'm the only one who picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cliff the only one picked Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah, but I picked, but you know, all fairness, right? Of course, Tom Brady, you know. But I figured if I picked the Bucks, the Cowboys would win. Like that reverse psychology.
Yeah, you know? I got you.
I'm going to pick the 49ers this week, coach.
Wow.
Nah,
What's up, Val? I see you, Val.
Nah, I don't know if Dallas got enough to get it done. I just don't.
Well, if we play a game like we played this past game, and I'm just talking about a clean game, no turnovers, and a minimal amount of penalties because we only had 2. And if that plays like he played this past game, y'all in trouble.
Yeah,
y'all in trouble because he was literally making his calls from the line, and that's the only way they're gonna beat a defense like yours. You're gonna have to outsmart him. He has to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and you just can't make mistakes. If we do that,
this defense is a little different than that Bucks defense.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just
yeah. But to your point, Cliff, like this Dak that we saw on Monday was the Dak that I've been looking for all season.
Yeah.
Like there was energy and a vibe about his game. There was an aggressiveness. He was seeking out blockers. I mean tacklers to block. He was trying to run jokers over. Like he was about it. Like his energy, his vibe was just different Monday. And I think that's the Dak we're gonna have to see throughout the rest of the playoffs for them to win.
You know, I agree. He played great, and I think that was the game he got the monkey off his back. You know, and for his sake, I hope he don't relax. You know, now that he did get that win, but that, and not just as a 49ers fan, the 49ers defensive line is different. You know, they just, even when Hawk calls me during halftime of the game, because we losing, thinking might be an upset. Them jokers came out in the second half and were amazing.
Yeah, but I hit you for something totally different.
I know you did. I know you was
just poking fun. I'm like looking at the text message like, oh, this dude. And I was caught when you called me. I was caught up with something. I'm busting them on the 49ers. Nah, I called the 49ers. What are you talking about?
Well, the Dak is no Geno Smith. So, he's gonna, and if he play that subliminal game like he's been playing, if he plays with the poise and the aggressive, like Hawk spoke on it, he was seeking tacklers to block. I mean, and even when he was running, he was aggressively running, and he got a body. It's not like he's some frail man. So it's a matter of them taking that same approach of last week to this week. And I think it's all of those cats. I think they've been hearing enough about the fact that the Cowboys haven't gone anywhere in so long that, they all played a clean game. I mean, you look at the team from top to bottom, besides the kicker, obviously, but everybody was sharp.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it, but I do know the Cowboys are still the Cowboys.
Hey, man, you got to embrace change. You have to look forward.
It's a different group. These are different players. I mean, I know we've been seeing for the past 25 years, but hopefully these cats can break through.
Yeah. And and to that point of being different and changing, like this defense, we haven't seen a defense like this on a Dallas squad in years, like consistent defense. And there used to be this thing with the Cowboys and their arm tackling, especially the D-backs, where they remember Cliff, they would drop and roll, they would arm tackle, they would never square up. But these boys square up. They're looking to do damage. Yeah. I think they led the league in turnovers recovered, takeaways, excuse me. And it's because that aggressiveness on defense, like this is different for me on a Dallas Cowboy team. Offensively, they're stacked. The line is back, healthy. They had a few weeks to figure out positions. Bringing Smith back. He was away for a few months, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He brought him back. Had him playing with guard initially. Get him back in his right position. Square that away. Tony Pollard is come on, yo. Now, I remember early in the season I was saying I think they should give Tony Pollard more touches. What you guys think? Man? Come on, Zeke. You're going to be giving it to us this last one.
I know. I guess he took a picture doing podcasts. That's right.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Got a phone call just.
Yes.
They definitely should give Pollard more touches, but I think they should keep it balanced, like the formula they have. With throwing it about 30 times, passing it about 30 times, and basically see where you can go, because this 49er defense is the best in the league, like hands down. what we need to do is we need to look at that Raiders game tape where Stidham took y'all to town and they put up like 38 on y'all. I don't know what they did. I didn't see that game, but that was that's probably like the only offense all year that really had any success against the 49ers.
I think you can go deep on the 49ers. I really do. I think you can throw the ball deep on them.
It's just a matter of having the time to throw.
Having the time, exactly.
Well, back to when I was saying about Tony Pollard getting more touches, I definitely think they should keep the balance attack passing to rushing. But I think they should, give Tony Pollard more touches because he hits the hole quicker, right? He can do much more with the ball, which then opens up play action.
Yeah.
If Zeke is being stopped at the line, you get to a point where when Zeke's in the house, like it ain't going like play action is like whatever. Like he's no threat. Tony Pollard gives you that threat where he touched the ball, he's gone. Linebackers got to play it honest. Linebackers got to go and cheat, because of that speed. Zeke to me is like, down, goal and, 3-4 yards to go. Great. Outside of that, I'm not really looking for much, from Zeke.
Well, you got to try to pound inside the tackles, and that's really what he's for. And in short yardage, like you said.
You got to keep them honest. You got to keep that defensive line honest.
It's the play caller. This is where Kellen, Moore really needs to show his thing, and Dak really needs to do his thing too at the line, checking it, and because that defense is fierce.
Yep. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. But let's get off of that one. Can we talk about what Jacksonville did?
Doug Peterson.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Just Trevor Lawrence, coming into the pro game. Urban Meyer was his coach. That was a wasted season. It was really, you got to move forward. If I was Trevor Lawrence, I'd be real upset with my rookie year.
It was learning. It was learning.
Yeah, I guess. But having Doug Peterson on the staff, coming back from a 4-turnover first half, coming back with 7. How many? Were they down 17 points?
They're down 27.
27 points.
That was amazing.
Amazing.
I had turned it off. And I just flicked back to see what the final was.
Mm-hmm. No, I had gotten off work and I saw it was 30-14, but I did see it was 27-0 earlier, and I watched the whole comeback. I mean, he was poised under pressure. He was doing his thing. But if you notice with all these comebacks, it's always something that the other team does, which is why I fear for the Cowboys. But not only did Bosa slammed his helmet, and that allowed them to go for the 2 points, but also that kicker missed that 46-yard field goal. So these crazy comebacks, the other team always adds a little something to them to make it possible. But the fact that he was even able to do it. I mean, just imagine the confidence after a 4-pick first half and for you to even come out the second half. But, that was amazing,
Yeah, great. Doug Peterson, the quarterback whisperer.
Yeah.
Might be.
What he's doing in Jacksonville, with Trevor Lawrence, it's a good thing to see. San Diego is, I don't know if we say it's a disappointment. Of course, giving up 27-point lead is a great disappointment. But in terms of Herbert's development, Chargers as a team and where they stand and where they're looking to go, they made the playoffs this year. Is that an improvement or is it, a wash? Are we looking at Herbert differently now?
I thought when Mike Williams was they announced he was injured, wouldn't be playing, I was like, Chargers really, it's going to be tough for them to win, but they were up 27-0.
Yeah, and they have enough. They have enough talents to win without him. Yeah. They underachieved all year. And Staley, while it looks like he was going to get fired, it looks like now he's going to keep his job because they fired the OC and the DC.
Okay.
So, yeah,
he basically gave them up.
Yeah, they were the sacrificial lambs because it was all indication that he was going to lose his job. But see, Sean Payton, who people think should be one of the top prospects because of Herbert, the Spanos family who own that team, word on the street is that they want, they're not willing to give up that much ownership, that much power. And that's what it looks like Payton wants. So that's probably why he's keeping his job, So
that's interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really a good football weekend. And this weekend's going to be just as good, if not better.
Yeah, but hold on before because we got some other hot games. That Vikings Giants game.
Yeah, we all call that one. I believe we all called.
We all called that.
We all called Giants on that.
But looking at Jones, in terms of his season,
Daddy Dimes.
I mean, he actually underachieved this year. They happened to luck up and things worked out for them, and he looks a lot better. But,
yeah. I mean,
but he's has he really done enough to be that guy in New York? Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I see exactly what you're saying. I mean, I think the expectations were him to kind of make a leap, because he hasn't been great, borderline awful at times. But there was expectations. All right, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. And he was solid all year. Don't get me wrong. He was pretty solid, and coaching was, of course, much better. But he didn't. At no point do I think he wowed anybody.
Colin Cowherd did a breakdown of Daniel Jones today, and I forget what the stats that he routed off. And he made a great point. Oh, this is the analogy he gave. He said you have a child that's a failing student, right? And you pay. He's an F. So it's an F student, and you pay this a tutor that's like heralded as like a genius tutor, like the greatest tutor in the world, right? Could do miracles, and get your child from an F to a C+.
Yeah, but
like, A is Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, I mean it's still mediocre.
You get in, you win a game.
Yeah, but we can't. I kind of disagree with y'all because I think he came a lot further than y'all letting on. Because first of all, this man went 11 games without a turnover, which led football. Yeah. He was a turnover machine. Two, they got into the playoffs, and this was a rebuilding year. This was all surprise because remember when they were in the beginning of the season, management and everybody, the outsider was saying, well, what are they doing? Because they're playing too good to get a pick. And if they're going to unload Danny Dimes, they need a good pick to get a quarterback. And he's been winning, in the last game, I think he did something that only 4 other quarterbacks has ever done, which is, what did he do? He threw for 300 yards. He ran for
he ran the ball really well.
He ran for 80. Yep. He didn't have any turnovers. He's balling, man. He's balling. Danny Dimes is balling, man.
I mean,
and they have no wide receivers. That's what I wanted to really say. They have hardly no wide receivers all year. So for him to keep them going and play like turnover-free football, I think y'all saw him short.
He just doesn't wow you. But at the same time,
he's not flashy.
At the same time, no. Neither was Eli Manning.
No, not at all.
And neither was Phil Simms.
Yeah, and neither was Phil Simms. That's almost a giant MO.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh.
But it's just, how, especially if West was here right now, I'm sure he'd be going in right now.
Yeah, but if we all had this conversation at week 1 talking about the Giants in the playoffs, we'll all laugh.
Well,
yeah. We would.
Well, the NFC East the last few years has been shaky. So to say any of the teams outside of Cowboys and Dak Prescott, we'd be like, but so I wouldn't. I'm just looking at the last few years, him being the number 5 pick 4 years ago. You know, and what he's been able to do and what type of leash he's allowed to have. Certain people get a long leash. Some people have to show out a couple games and they get that check. Some people have to prove it over and over and over again. For instance, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, you know, why isn't Lamar Jackson paid? Why didn't he get a check 2-3 years ago so we wouldn't be at this point? Because for some reason, some of us have to play out our entire first contract and continue to prove ourselves while other folks, you know, get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I agree. And that's a great segue over to the Ravens game, you know, because they were right there. They were supposed to win that game.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, they just took the ball out my man's hand.
What was your man thinking, bro?
I don't know.
What was your man thinking, bro?
I don't know.
Like,
he thought he could reach over.
Harbaugh said that the play that was called, he was supposed to go under. Like, it was designed for him to go under, burrow in, and get a push.
Yeah.
And him, like, I don't know when he thought that was gonna. I guess he thought he was closer than what he was, because he thought he broke the plane.
Yeah,
bro, you were so far from the plane. Nah, bro.
Yeah, he was at least a yard away from the plane, but I want to know what his vertical is that he would even think that he could take off like that.
He probably thought he was going to get momentum and pushed in, but he was like reaching for, which is why I was able to be smacked.
Yeah, like son, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, that was just terrible.
And I said, man, and then homeboy defender catches the ball, gets the interception, basically.
98 yards.
That was just terrible, man.
98 yards?
98 yards.
Yep. 98 yards. Yeah.
Turn that game.
Right.
Yeah, that was the game right there.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you know, what does Lamar do? Where's he going? Is he staying? Is he gonna work it out?
Lamar might end up in Miami, man.
Yeah, it looks like they're heading towards a divorce. I mean, did y'all see the retweet on his where he posted about not taking care of what you have and all that other stuff? I mean, you know, he's putting it out there to the Ravens, and clearly they're making a thing about the fact that he didn't travel with the team last week. But that's
I don't understand that. If you can walk, or you know, you travel with the team, you support your team.
But I think that was Lamar's way to tell, you know,
yeah, I'm done.
Let the organization know, y'all, we need to do something.
Yeah.
You know, two conflicting opinions on what he should have done by professionals. RG3 posted a picture of himself getting his knee twisted up, trying to come back, and he said, you know, basically, let me be the example. You know, don't risk it. You're doing the right thing by staying out. Pay that man. I threw my career away, rushing back. And then Michael Vick said that he should go play. That he played with a not a torn ACL, but he played with an injured ACL. He went out in there and did it. That's interesting, you know. Two black quarterbacks. Mike Vick, way more successful than RG3, but running quarterbacks with different opinions on what this black quarterback should do. What you guys think about that?
Well, I think just mentally too, both of those guys are different. You know, how they approach the game, how they approach life, I think different. So I understand both points of view. But what we don't know is the extent of his injury, where he was with it. You know, if there's any way that you're hampered and what you feel like you can naturally do, then no, don't go out there.
And they said it was a PCL, and that's basically what that is, because that's different from ACL. Yeah, that PCL, you know, takes a longer time to heal, and then you can easily re-injure it, and then you're screwed. You know what I'm saying? Where you're talking about, you know, out for months. You He was in a position where they're the one who put him in this position.
Yeah.
They're the one. They haven't paid him. I mean, it's
hold on one second. Not to cut you off, Cliff. Let's pause this conversation, right? And let's switch over to our guest who just hopped in the building.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
Yeah, and I know you got to leave, Coach.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Coach?
What's going on, man? What's up, Hot?
Hey, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Solid.
So, just to give you the heads up, you know how we go back decades as Cowboy fans.
Right.
I got my man Cliff right here. He goes back decades as a Cowboy fan.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Yeah.
Love it. Dr. Coach Eric Harrield over here, he's a 49er fan.
That's right. That's right.
He's talking mad smack.
That's right.
Right.
Cowboy season ends this weekend.
Now, Coach, Coach is here with us every week. He coaches men's basketball over at one more time. I could.
Well, I'm not coaching right now, but formerly was at St. Anthony's, also Marist. Yep. I saw y'all a couple weeks ago, Amiri, against Mars Catholic.
Okay, yeah.
Really love it. That's my guy. So
yeah. All right.
But Coach E's got to break out. But I wanted him here while you're here, so you guys could, y'all know coaching, youth athletics, high school.
Absolutely.
Right. But real briefly, I want you to introduce yourself and where you coach at, and what's going on with your team right now.
What's up, world? My name is Amiri Baraka Jr. They're known as Mitty, but Coach Baraka, Coach Mitty. I'm a coach at University High School. Been coaching the girls over there for about 7 years.
Oh,
I gotta throw this out there: 7 straight sectional titles, 6 state titles, 7 city titles, 1 county.
Nice.
Coach of the year last year, NJ.com, and this year we looking to 8P.
I like it.
Damn.
I like it.
Yeah. So we doing very well this season. I got a couple girls that just made the McDonald's. They got nominated to McDonald's All-American, so they got to get picked. I have two young ladies that are on there, 2 seniors who've been in my program since a freshman, and I'm so happy for them because they went through the ropes from not starting to being 6th man and 8th man, 7th man to now in their senior year making McDonald's All-American.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So just for the viewership out there, youth athletics and its importance with building young men and women. Can you just talk about the importance of youth athletics and your involvement in it from that perspective?
Yeah, definitely. When I grew up, my house was like the community house. Everybody used to come to the house. My mom, dad let the house be like a community home where everybody go in. When I was young, and it used to be like a safe haven. The kids just go there and play and talk and socialize. But in the backyard, we had a basketball court. It was a half-court thing. We called it the Black Yard back in the day. And we made something up called the Black Yard League. And a lot of the folks that was there was, notable players that used to play in, high school sports. And some of them even went along to play in pros. They used to go in my backyard and they kept them out of trouble, kept them from being on the corner, selling drugs. They was in my backyard. They was looking forward to the backyard being open, to go back there and release some steam and just play basketball. So it's the same now when I'm coaching. A lot of these girls, they need an outlet. They need role models. You don't necessarily have to be a woman. They just need to be around positive thinking, right? I'm not into the women coach women, men coach men. I just think like-minded people and positive thinking people need to direct and become leaders and help these young girls, young men, give them a pathway to success. And I just think it's super important, not just them going to school to learn academically, but after the academics is over, right? They need to go somewhere after school to learn life, right? It's not just about the sports. It's not about, playing guard and playing forward and playing center and none of that. It's about learning the game of life and learning the discipline and learning how to fight, learning how to, to go after your dreams, to go after your desires, and to want it. And again, I always tell girls that, you know, we can't teach you to want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to come there and want it already. But we're going to create an environment. We're going to create a space so that you can want it, so that you can get into it, so that you can learn, and so that you want to do something opposite of what the majority of these kids are doing. So I think it's very important, especially after athletics in Black communities. This is probably one of the only ways they get to go to college for free.
Yeah.
Besides academics.
Yeah. So, guys, if you got questions, make sure you jump in because I got mine lined up. Okay. So, you know, last year you guys were extremely successful, Coach. You guys won the state championship.
Yes.
Yes. And, you know, you won Coach of the Year. I would assume some of your ladies moved on. Some are still there. Can you talk about, you know, the ladies that moved on and what they're doing, and talk about some of your players right now? Because I got actually a clip of you guys playing, and I want to put that on. But talk about some of your, you know, former players and current players.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that our college rate is high, and they don't just go on them being special athletes. They go on academics because, of course, University High School is a magnet school. We try to make sure that we connect academics fully with the basketball. You're a scholar athlete, and that's how we like to phrase it. You know, it comes first. But I have a girl at Norfolk State right now, Danielle Robinson. She's at Norfolk State right now. I have a girl, Tara Day. She's in Chicago at DePaul right now playing. I have a girl at Seton Hall. I have another girl at Hofstra, Zaima Swint. And so they're actually playing basketball. And it's very difficult. You know, the pool gets small of folks that actually go to college to play basketball.
Yeah.
And I have 4. So I'm proud to say that, you know, there's some success and there's some, you know, some in terms of basketball. And the young ladies actually, the funny thing is one of the girls played one weekend and then the next weekend they came into my practice, which was real dope. So the girls could actually see and hear and understand, like, I could do it. I can actually get to where I want to go. And they could see a girl that went through the same trials and tribulations that they're going through now and see where she at, right? The success that she's having at DePaul University. Wow. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Fellas, don't hop in if you need, because I got mine lined up. All right. So the team that you have now, right? You know, I got a chance to, you know, do a little back research, see what it is. And Gentleman Cliff, Coach E, like, I'm extremely impressed with his ladies. Like, when I say they ball out. So I just wanted to show this clip. And Coach, I know I'm sure you know what's going on. If you want to narrate it as it's going down, please.
Who was that against? I can't really see my.
That's St. Bernard's game.
This is not the team from this year. This is the team from 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
There we go. That's the game I wanted.
Okay, this is the game we just had against Caldwell, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep. Morgan Marshall. Paradise Fisher is a sophomore. She's just learning how to play the game. So I'm gonna have her for another year. This girl Morgan Marshall is a junior. She's probably the most talented player that I have. I got 3 colleges that's looking at her right now.
Wow. Watch the defense, man. Look at the defense.
Oh yeah.
Hands.
Yeah. That's Destiny Johnson. She's a senior.
Oh, 3-point. Watch 3-pointer. Line up. Shoot.
Yep.
That's my sniper, Maya Davis. She's a senior as well.
One more time. Give it to him. One more time. Boom.
She's at the logo.
Yeah, that's the thing. She got range. She got range.
Defense, hands.
Morgan is an animal.
Oh yeah, she gets out too.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Defense.
Yeah, we just had this game. Yep.
Defense.
And we play this team again Saturday, actually, which is crazy.
Y'all just spanked them completely.
Yeah.
Those girls didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
Green. Elena Edmonds
is a senior, and she's like the 8th man off the bench.
Woo!
Oh, wow. Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench.
Well, they were up 40 almost.
Yeah. You know, New Jersey got a new rule. They got running time.
Yeah, got the running clock.
Yep. It's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, that was a good game, man. We that was a good one. Good win. We started off slow in that game actually, and we turned it on in the second half.
You guys are currently 10-3, I think.
Yeah, we 10-4. We the number 13 team in the state.
Wow.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, Coach, I plan on catching some more of your games.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was impressed against Morris Catholic. You know, I know the Paulding twins. Like I said, I know known Billy, their coach, for a long time, and
It was good.
y'all were right there, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And so when we play private schools, you know the disadvantage between a public school and a private school.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yes.
So when we are actually in a game with a private school, I always turn to the girls and say, y'all wasn't even supposed to survive this game. You're supposed to lose this game by 30, 40.
Yeah.
The fact that they recruit and we can't,
Yep.
it's a lot of disadvantages. So I mean, they have a lot of advantage over us, and I was just proud to be in that game with Morris Catholic, even though I thought we could probably beat them if we play them again. They got two phenomenal twins, man. That's out of this world.
It was, I thought the difference was the size of the big white girl at the end. You know, she made plays, but I thought y'all did a great job against the twins, and your defense is phenomenal.
Yeah, you can see that on those clips. The defense is real.
Yeah,
and it's active. They fast. They to the ball. They suffocating too. So,
and, you know, gentlemen, I do have to go. I have a open house tonight, but appreciate it. And
before you leave, Coach, just Coach Mitty, can you just real quick let the brother know what's going to happen on Sunday night?
Oh, they're gonna get crushed. There's no doubt about it.
All right, I'm out. Niners.
Yeah, Coach. We're gonna see you next week, Coach.
I'm gonna call y'all way before that. All right, gentlemen.
All right, brother.
All right, Coach.
Yeah. So yeah, Coach, you know, it's not what we do week in and week out. This is actually episode 93 on Madison Sports. Yeah, 93.
Dope.
Yeah, we do this every week, and you know, we try to keep it regular, keep the conversation solid. You know, I don't know how long you got. You're welcome to stay with us, but we're gonna talk about the rest of the NFL playoffs.
Let's do it.
NBA. So yeah, of course, we talked about Frisco and Dallas a little earlier, but we can revisit that conversation, seeing as that it's such an important game. All three of us being Cowboy fans. Just to give you the heads up, all season. Not that I was skeptical of the Cowboys. I guess you could say I was skeptical, but I thought that Dak really hadn't shown us what he was capable of until this past Monday night.
Right.
We saw a different Dak, the Dak I've been looking for all year. We got that. The offensive line is kind of settled in. Smith is back. He's in position now. The line is healthy. The defense last game was extremely active, which was impressive, but the 49ers is an entirely different team.
Yeah.
Right.
Stout defense. The Shanahan system is what it is. Purdy is coming in. He's steering the ship nice and steady. Debo, C-Mac, give us your perspective on what to expect on Sunday.
That's gonna be that to me. I think the key to that game is gonna be our defensive line versus their offense. Brock Purdy, you don't know what you're gonna get from him in a playoff situation like this. They haven't played a team like Dallas. If you look at the 49ers schedule in the past, they haven't played any team over 500 in the past 4 or 5 weeks. And so I just think this is going to be an eye-opener. And it's going to be a test for Dallas, of course, because there's, like you said, the great defense that they have. But I think it's going to come down to Micah Parsons getting a little pressure in the backfield and us stopping their run. Like, we can stop the run, bring our safeties up, and stop the run, we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Once we stop the run, they got to pass. I want to see what Brock Purdy could do. I just want to put Brock Purdy in a situation where he got to pass the ball and see what he do.
Under pressure. Put that pressure.
And that's going to be the without a doubt the key, because our Achilles heel is that run defense. And the 49ers are not going to stop running. You know what I'm saying? Unlike other teams where you stop them, you know, they may try to – 49ers going to keep going at you. You know what I'm saying? And they're thorough. And the runs, the schemes, the play calling of Shanahan and the type of run options they have with Debo, with McCaffrey, it's going to be tough. That's going to be our biggest concern is stopping that run and maintaining that.
I agree with that, man. McCaffrey was a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how we stopped it. It's like they got a Flash and a Hercules on their team.
Yeah.
So, you in New Jersey, brother. You in Giant land right now.
Oh my God.
We were talking about Daniel Jones right when you came in, and I'm not a believer myself.
No, I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones.
Yeah, talk about it.
Daniel Jones, he had one good game. I don't know if y'all know Shaquem. He's the DJ for New Edition, but he's a huge Giant fan. He talks about this. Daniel Jones is better than Dak stuff.
What?
I just don't understand that. Daniel Jones is like a moving target. So
I'm just like, we get into the racial politics of NFL, specifically the quarterback position, and how if Wes was here, he'd be highlighting how Daniel Jones has been given a leash that a lot of other folks wouldn't have been given that same leash. He's shown improved this year, especially towards the latter part of the year, but it's like, is he really that piece? Cliff made a point. They don't really have great receivers on the team right now.
And you got to remember, his leash was because of Gettleman. You know what I'm saying? Right. Gettleman, that was his pick.
That's true.
And as long as the GM is around and that quarterback is a super high pick, they're going to try to stick with him unless.
But doesn't he kind of come from the Manning camp? And that did he go to high school with one of the boys?
No,
he went to Duke.
He went to Duke.
Yeah,
he went to Duke.
Yeah, he was just
high school. I think he's connected to the Manning family from like high school or something like that. Somehow.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought he was one of Gettleman's guys.
Nah, it's like it's a coincidence thing, but I think that his support is coming from somewhere else because he got picked number 5. It was like he came out of nowhere,
out the blue, yeah,
out the blue. Yeah. Like what was that? And hey, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping he knocks off Philly because I think we'll have a better time with the Giants than we would with
That's
Philly.
A lofty expectation, my brother.
and if that happens, if that plays itself out, we would have that game at home.
Right. That's what I love. I would love that.
That would be love. But it could happen though. I mean, because again, Philly trying to beat the Giants for the 3rd time. That's always tough.
I forgot that. They played them. That's right.
And the Giants played them kind of tough the last game of the season without their guys.
Right.
It's almost reminded me of that Giants the year that they beat Brady in the Super Bowl, where they played them tough the last game of the season.
Right.
And then they beat them in the Super Bowl in their undefeated season.
Right.
The Giants had another look at Philly, and I don't even think Hurts is as
injured as they're.
I think he's more injured than they're letting on.
No,
I think so. I don't think he's as
he
healthy.
He didn't look that good in the last game he played.
No, he didn't. And if they limit their play calling because they don't call the runs, they call whatever, that's going to give the Giants a big advantage. And either way, even if they do, they're going after that shoulder, yo. They're going to touch him up.
That's number 1 priority. That's Billboard.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. The Giants. I just the Giants. I just got a hard time with the Giants. I know they got a great coach. Gable's a good coach, but and Saquon Barkley's a good running back. It's just the Giants. I just don't. I can't. I can't fathom them beating the Eagles.
It's that hate we have for them.
That's right. That's right. That might be it.
It's that hate, and the fact that they've been trash, for basically the past 10 years. To be honest with you,
we own the Giants. We own the whole NFC.
We own the division.
Yeah, we own the whole East.
I mean, you got to think about last 2 years. What our record is what 11-1. Yeah, 11-1 in the NFCs. Yeah. So we own a division, but I just think the Giants, if Danny Dimes can play a clean game and they keep it close against the Eagles,
yeah. He got talent. He's a talented quarterback, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I give him that. He got, he's not afraid to run the ball. So he got a little heart. I just, I think it's my hate for the Giants that stopped me from seeing the full picture. But, yeah, they got some talented players on the Giants. Their defense, I think, is coming along. It came along from first game of the season to now. I think they the secondary is good, but overall, I just think the Eagles, they got too much, man.
Yeah.
The Eagles got offense, defense, special teams, everything. I mean, everything. And even if Hurts don't play, their backup quarterback is good.
Minshew, but I don't think he can beat the Giants.
Nah.
The Giants are playing well. I mean, we again, they've been mediocre most of the year, but I mean, a little bit above average. But think about, like we spoke about San Francisco's schedule has been kind of trash this whole year. Philly's schedule been kind of trash this year too. They haven't really beat, and the Giants
to
get in the playoffs and to play that game they did last week.
That's true.
And feeling good about themselves.
Dallas? They don't have the same schedule as Dallas. I mean, same.
Yeah, but you play different by where you finished in the division. So while you play the same divisional teams, you play different teams because of where your schedule was last year.
The record from last year, yeah.
Yeah, and they just happen to have a weak schedule. I mean,
yeah, we started off with Tampa Bay. They didn't get nothing like that.
Yeah.
The first game of the season, we went to Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like the first game of the year. I can never really count it because, especially with no preseason, it's true. Like you don't really gel until like the 5th, 6th game. Then you start to see who teams are. You get a sense of what. But the other side of that Giants Vikings game, the Vikings, what are they gonna do? Because they're
gonna show up the defense. They got a squad, yo. That defense is just trash. But the offensive side of the ball for Vikings,
Justin Jefferson.
He's a beast, yo. I mean, Jefferson's a beast.
He's official. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game, man.
If not the best. But
yeah, might be the best receiver in the game. You're right. You're right about that.
You got this thing with Kirk Cousins where he's just Kirk Cousins. So it's like you got this.
I actually like Kirk Cousins, to be honest with you.
Man.
People be giving him a hard time like that. I just think Kirk Cousins is in a bad system. Sometimes I think he's accurate. Sometimes not sometimes, all the time he choke in those big games. He just can't come through in the clutch, man.
Well, didn't they just get a new coach this year?
Yeah,
they got a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
They went what? They went with 14-3 or 13-4.
Same record as Dallas.
Same 12-5.
No, they lost. They're 13-4, like you said.
13-4.
Right.
So throughout the season, they were stout. They were doing their thing. It's just I guess what you said with the pressure, Kirk Cousins and the pressure, or the team with the pressure. But it's they got the tools to go 13-4. You can't win a playoff game against the New York Giants, who's like, hey, what's the Giants' record? 9-8.
Yeah, but he said it though, man. They defense
9-7-1.
9-7-1.
9-7-1. They tied with the Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Minnesota they won all those one-score games. It was their defense the problem the whole year, and they have a good enough foundation to where if they just try to load up on defense, whether it's free agency or through the draft, they should be pretty good next year again.
Yeah, they should be. Yep, they should be. Yep, I agree with that 1,000%. Because the Kirk Cousins is going to be there, Justin Jefferson's still going to be there. And then they still going to have their running back. They got a solid running back too.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, yeah.
He's official. So we can't forget about that. So he's solid on all three.
Let's bounce over to the AFC. Before you came on, we talked about Lamar, his situation, what he was going to do. how he was being treated. Should he stay? Should he leave? You know, should the Ravens work it out and pay him that money? Is he worth that money? You know, Deshaun Watson was in Cleveland. The owners are really mad at that situation. They're not trying to make it a, you know.
Yeah. But see, it's gonna be curious to see what happens with Burrow and Justin Herbert though, because they're next up. Because it looks like they're gonna franchise Lamar either way. You know what I'm saying? But at least if those guys get paid beforehand, maybe he'll have you know, some sort of leverage, public leverage, to have them, you know, sign him long term. But the way it's looking like right now, they may just franchise him, you know, this year and next year.
I mean, that's what I would do if I'm an owner. But I think he deserves all of that money that he wants. Who don't want to sign Lamar? Like he does everything, and he's turned that whole program around. Yeah. So to me, you saw a stark difference when the backup was in and when Lamar played. And if Lamar would have played in that playoff game, that'd have been a totally different outcome.
Yeah, totally different outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different outcome.
No, totally different.
And then I hate to bring this up, but race makes a big difference too, man, in terms of negotiations.
Yeah.
In the NFL, it is. Dak Prescott went through the same thing, right? There's always a struggle for brothers to get paid in NFL.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about a cat representing himself too. I mean, think about that. You know, he bringing Mama to negotiate his $300 million contract. I mean,
yeah, but the negotiation. Let's be honest. The negotiation is actually happening on the field.
Yeah,
right?
It should.
It should, right? To your point, Mitty, that's an ongoing conversation on the show. The racial politics in the NFL, especially as it has to do with the quarterback position, how they get paid, getting paid early as opposed to having to play out your entire rookie contract.
Yeah.
Before, like, you know, we see it time and time again. But the Deshaun Watson thing happening in Cleveland, where you got $230 million guaranteed dollars, it's like if they give Lamar this comparable contract, that precedence across the entire NFL, I think, is like kind of deterring that, like, because who comes after Lamar and what do they get?
Yeah,
Deshaun gets $230 guaranteed. Lamar gets $230, $250.
$250 she get
guaranteed. Guaranteed, not guaranteed 175, 180 in the rest of the sentence. Nah, we're gonna off the bat $250 million.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I mean, it's going to be really difficult after Lamar get paid for others. But there's no Lamar. Like, there's nobody else like that. I mean, his skill set is just unique. I mean, he's just a different kind of player, man. And I think these white folks have a hard time. These owners have a hard time to see that, man. And the fact that you brought a good point up. And he represents himself. Mm-hmm. So you don't have anybody in the way getting any cut. And they cannot stand when they feel like we are negotiating for ourselves, right? And that's gonna be an issue, man. Unfortunately, it's not about what he do on the field. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's how much he kowtow and cater to the ownership.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's gonna be very interesting to see, you know, when and how much these cats get, Burrow and Herbert, because, you know, they're up early this year, so you know they're going to get theirs this year. Also, whatchamacall's up too. Hurts is up this year too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early, but he's up.
That's,
you know, so
interesting.
Yeah.
What is Philly going to do? The brother's a lock for the MVP, I think. Don't you?
Nah, I think Mahomes is going to get it.
I do too.
I think Mahomes.
He got hurt. Yeah, I think he got hurt
because he got hurt.
Right.
Yeah, I think Mahomes gonna get it, but he should be a lock to get signed long term. I mean, they see what they got. Hurts is a beast. He proved himself. He deserved that money this year.
You're going back to Lamar. Can he hold out? And if he did, I mean, could he? You know,
that's why I think they're gonna franchise him. Yeah, like he could try.
Because I mean, it seems like he feels disrespected. Like he's like, you know what? You know, I don't want to be here. I'm here in Miami, possibility.
If I'm him, that's an option, because I mean,
no state tax.
and that's where he's from.
Right.
And don't get it twisted. That would make them the fastest team in the NFL, hands down.
Yeah, that would be my favorite out the AFC.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt. But they're not gonna give up Tua, man.
All right, so let's let you know, I'm not riding with Tua. I think it's just on top of him being injury prone, right? Those two cheaters got to wait for the ball too often.
Come on.
He don't have that gun. It's just that gun.
Numbers don't lie, man.
Keep waiting for the ball to come to like, yo, man, I need somebody that's going to hit these boys in strides so they can just keep it moving.
He got the #1 quarterback rating when he plays, man.
Because of Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Well, so you got to throw him the ball. Still got to throw him the ball.
Yeah, but no doubt. But when he does throw them the ball, I see those receivers waiting for the ball. It's just he ain't it for me.
No, you don't like the fact that what? He hold the ball too long?
Uh-oh.
That his arm is not strong. Talent on the ends. Considering the talent that he has on the ends, his arm is not as strong as it needs to be. We're talking about Tua, Wes. Wes is at the Houston game. Houston Rockets in the Hornets.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. What up, Wes?
What's going on, fellas?
What up, Wes?
How y'all doing?
Good. We got Coach Baraka on. We were talking about youth athletics a little earlier, but right now we're talking about the NFL playoffs. AFC.
Good to meet you, Coach.
Nice to meet you too, bro.
Yep.
And another Cowboy fan, Coach.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, right? But fortunately, but unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach is a Cowboys fan. Tried true.
Okay.
Stars all day. Oh yeah.
So what y'all got?
I haven't been feeling Tua all year, Coach. Wes has been pushing back on that. Man, I'm bugging. But what's your feeling on Tua, Coach?
I always compare, well, outside of health issues, right? If you leave the health part alone, because I think right now health is an issue for him. But if we could take away the concussions, I compare him to Steve Young, and I remind people that Steve Young wasn't a big arm. Steve Young was mobile in the pocket, and Steve Young didn't come out the gate as a Super Bowl champion. He came out the gate with Tampa Bay Breakers and the Buccaneers and was a backup for many years. So, that's kind of how I take time. Yeah, cut him some, just give him a chance. But right now, he needs to get out. I think he needs to get for his own health purposes.
Yeah, because I don't think he's going to make it. I think he may early retirement may be calling him, and it may be through him or through his people or the organization, because I don't know.
Concussion protocol.
Yeah.
I mean, he had three concussions this year, man. He had 2 back-to-back, and
3 in 6 weeks, something like that.
6 weeks, yeah.
But you can't deny that man is talented, man.
Oh no, he's definitely talented, but it's just, it's like you got Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the
talented.
I'm with Florida. I wish they would have had Herbert.
So let me ask you a question. If you put Daniel Jones back there, will it be the same outcome?
I don't like Daniel Jones.
Okay, all right.
I'm not Daniel Jones. I don't ride with Daniel Jones. Okay. I don't think Daniel Jones is as good as Tua either.
Right.
No, I don't think Daniel Jones is as good as Tua. Yeah. Tua's like he's okay. He's good. But he happens to have those 2 cheaters on the end, so it makes it real easy for you.
I don't know, man. I got a hard. I mean, the guy is injury prone, but you cannot take away the fact that he's the #1 quarterback rating when he plays. They got the #1 offense when they play. Highest scoring offense. That's hard to stop.
I agree.
Man.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I wish Dallas could do that same thing.
Right.
Well, don't get it twisted. When Dak plays, they have the #1. He led the NFL in offense last year, and then I want to say the first 5 or 6 weeks he was back this year, he was leading it. So He can do his thing. Listen. Let's stay away from the mistakes, the turnovers, the penalties, and we'll be in there.
Let me get some commentary from you, Wes, on this Dallas 49er matchup. You know, we always go back to the Cowboys.
Me personally, I feel like I think it really comes down to Dak versus their defense and Purdy against ours. And Dak came up with Purdy. If our defense is 61st, whatever it is, I mean, I like Purdy. I give him props for doing the first, but he's only played 6 games. Like we gotta be real with this. I mean, we just gotta we can't just jump on this bandwagon like Joe Montana and he's not, you know. So that's I expect to play a little bit more, play better against defense.
Right. Yeah, I just you're cutting up, you're chopping up, Wes.
Sorry.
Yeah, like what Purdy's been able to do in the Shanahan system to me is amazing. And it's just, I think the limits of his talent is what the Shanahan offense. You know, he plays his part. He doesn't step outside of himself. I think his decision making has been extraordinary. Under pressure, you know, no pressure. He runs the offense well. I don't think that he's not Mahomes. He ain't none of the top quarterbacks, but in that system, he's not asked to do much. So it's easy for him to be successful in it. And we got C-Mac and Debo. It's like, it just makes things really easy.
Yeah, but competition matters, man.
Yeah, and they had suspect competition at the end of the year, and they'll get a good look at a DC, at Quinn. He'll throw some looks at Purdy. He's gonna confuse him. He's gonna at least, make him know he's in the NFL, and then we'll see what this cat has. Because Purdy he hasn't really been tested.
Nope.
Everything he's just been coasting. And we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, look, they played the Rams. The Rams demolished them. When they played the Rams, the Rams destroyed them. Every day play a good team.
Quarterback though. That was with Trey Lance.
Don't matter. It's still the system. We talking about the system.
Nah, but Trey Lance is different than Garoppolo and Purdy. Different. Trey Lance was still young. We talked about how he hasn't had much experience under his belt through high school, college, and NFL.
You telling me Brock Purdy better than Trey Lance then?
I'm saying Trey is more athletic and maybe more skilled, but executing the offense, Purdy's better.
I would go as far as to say I think Purdy's better than Lance. He just got more reps. He started 4 years at Iowa State. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Trey Lance played 1 year at North Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his potential is there. His skill level, his ceiling is probably a lot higher. But as far as his actual play, it's going to, that's going to come with reps. And he just hasn't had them yet.
You can see he was just confused. Like he didn't, his immediate thing was to run and escape. His trigger was a little quick sometimes. He wasn't throwing through windows. He's just not good. He's not there yet. Purdy is there. Like he can run that offense and be successful. And that defense is what it is.
Yeah, I got to see him. I got to see him against our team. I just got to see that, man. I think players matter, man. When you got a defense as stout as ours, we have a great defense, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Our D-line is top of notch, man. We top 5 defense. Mm-hmm. Our cornerbacks are very good. Even the pickup with Rhodes, that was a great pickup for us. So I would like to see what he do against that. I can't really judge him based off the Raiders, man. I can't.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of the Raiders, let me make an ill connection. Tom Brady, is that a spot you expecting to? They got Vegas, back in Tampa, Miami, possibly,
or San Fran.
I'm
one of the people that think he's leaving.
Me too.
Yeah, I think his skill set is gone, man.
Yeah.
It was clear, apparent in that Dallas game, man.
Mm-hmm.
The throws that he used to make those throws with ease with his eyes closed. He couldn't make it. No, he just wouldn't do it. Them little outs, he couldn't make them throws.
He saw Micah and was like,
well, but see, that's what it was. I think that's what's fear is controlling him now. He doesn't want to get hit no more. He's not trying to get hit. That's why everything's thrown in the dirt. Yeah, 45. But he may try one more year. I think he's gonna give it one more shot.
You think so?
Yeah, I was telling Cliff earlier. I think like March, April, we can expect the retirement announcement. If not sooner, but by March, April, because he's just 45, 46, man.
Man, I saw it, man.
It ain't not the money. Yeah, I move on.
Yeah, but we'll hear something before that because I think teams are making moves to try, like these teams that you just mentioned, trying to acquire him. I mean, they during these playoffs and right after the Super Bowl, obviously teams are just shaping for next year. And if the 49ers are positioning themselves or the Raiders or Miami for Brady for next year, you're going to know about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna know about it immediately, like right after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, if he does decide to stay, I'm saying he's going to be in Miami. It's warm weather and no state tax.
So you're just assuming Tua's going to be he's not going to play.
I mean, he had 3 concussions. I mean, does the organization want to take the weight of that? Like, especially consider how they handle the first 2 concussions he had. They handled that horribly. A lot of scrutiny in that organization about how they handled Tua. So they bring him back and he gets severely hurt on the field, or even he's 35, 40, and he can't. You know what I mean? He's out of. You don't want that weight.
No, Miami's a great place for Brady to be at. I agree with that. That'd be perfect for him.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna retire. I'm with you, Coach.
Yep. It's the skill. It's just not there, like you said. Once you start hearing the footsteps and
he is too. He looked petrified out there, boy.
At one point, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Dak Prescott was listening in the footsteps too.
Yeah. Well,
there was a little stretch where he was doing that shit. I'm like, what is this guy rushing for?
Yeah.
You think that was being tentative because he's coming off that injury? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, and when you taste it, when you get back in there, you get that reminder of what that shit feel like.
Right.
You know what? I mean, get rid of this a little quicker than normal.
Yeah.
But in this last game, it was a different Dak. It was his mentality, his aggressiveness. He was going after people, which was interesting. He was throwing Fugazi blocks, but the fact that he was throwing the blocks were like, oh, wow, okay, Dak. Trying to run people over.
Gotta love it, man.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. I haven't seen that Dak Prescott since when he first started.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. And I'm happy that, and to be honest, I'm with your opinion with that. The rest, I don't think we needed that rest. That extra rest. When you on a roll, you gotta keep going. You gotta stay in the moment. We gotta keep going.
Yes, yeah.
I don't need them to get comfortable and forget the feeling of winning. We gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So I think that's to our advantage to keep playing.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
especially the way we closed out the season, which was not a good look.
No.
Yeah, the way we closed out the season wasn't a good look. But it's good to have this particular game looking really nice, going to the next game.
Yes.
And continue. But let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. We didn't talk about the Bills.
No, because Miami actually came back and made that a game with their third string quarterback. And, obviously everybody's been talking about DeMar with the Bills, but they really haven't played a good game in a while. I mean, they've been winning, the Bills. I mean, what are they on, like an 8-game winning streak or something like that?
Yeah.
But they haven't been playing good.
And I'm going to tell you, Josh Allen is leading the league in interceptions, and you don't hear about that as much as you hear about the Dak.
Yeah.
That's the part that bothers me about that whole thing. Lamar has been making these interceptions. He got 2 interceptions or 3. Was it 2 or 3? The last game.
I think he had 2 in the fumble.
2 in a fumble. Are you kidding me? And he's highly regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't understand that. That's very strange to me.
Well, that's another conversation that we've been having all year. I'm glad you picked up on that because you haven't heard the talk over here, so you don't know what it is, and you just know your honest perspective that it seems like they've been highlighting Josh Allen just a little bit more than they do other quarterbacks who actually have better numbers. I mean, I remember having a conversation with somebody on Facebook comparing Josh Allen to Pat Mahomes. I'm like, how dare you?
How do you do that?
How do you? Like, I think they said Mahomes got more passing yards than like 15 Hall of Famers.
Oh my God, man.
Like crazy. So yeah, but the Bills,
that's nonsense. That guy throws an interception damn near every other game, right? And you can't tell me that you're gonna sit up here. All these commentators talk about Dak Prescott got issues. He got issues. Oh my God, I'm afraid for the Cowboys, but you should be afraid for the Bills because Josh Allen is turnover prone.
Especially red zone.
He's a relentless runner. I love him. He's more athletic than that. He does a lot of stuff that Dak really don't do. And I think he's a great quarterback, but I just think we got to be fair when we're talking about quarterbacking, right? In that position. If you're going to say that this man, Dak Prescott, who in his first year, how many games did he lose? His first, and he made it to the playoffs that year. Remember, he had a good game against Green Bay. That Green Bay game, we lost because of that call.
He won 12 games that year, I think.
12 games.
11 or 12, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that Green Bay game, he played great. He played
they should have won. They should have won that game.
That was a great game. But then, we just say last night was the best game he ever played, right? And that's bull to me. And the Minnesota game, he played good, right? And they keep referring back to his interception. But Josh Allen, on the other hand, I haven't seen a complete game from him yet. These last couple games have been close. They've been close. He hasn't been blowing people out. He hasn't played a stellar game, a mistake-free game. So I don't understand it, man.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. I don't think they're going to go much further. Who they got? Bengals.
They got Cincinnati this week. I think Cincy going to get them.
Yeah. Even though, Cincy almost got by the Ravens.
Yeah, and Cincy didn't look good last week either, or the week before. Something since that last game they played, but I think Cincy still will beat them though. Joe Burrow he's a G, yo.
Yeah, and that's a whole different animal.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, he's on the Patrick Mahomes level. He's the only cat, I think.
That's real.
Actually,
I agree with that.
2 times in a row.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Crazy. Okay, so Coach, who's your Super Bowl matchup?
I'm biased, man.
We all are. So just
I'm saying Dallas and the Bengals.
Dallas.
I think Cincinnati finally beat the Chiefs, and we would play Dallas.
Well, did Cincinnati beat the Chiefs last year to get the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think this year the Chiefs are a little better. Just a slight, but I think they beat them. And Dallas and it's going to be a rematch of that game where we beat Cincinnati. It's going to be a rematch of that.
Yeah. You're going to be disappointed, man. You're going to be disappointed. All year, I had the Eagles and the Chiefs.
No.
Yeah, just I was Dak wasn't giving me what I needed to see up until Monday.
You still believe that with Jalen Hurts being hurt?
Nah, right now I got the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Cowboys and the Chiefs. I mean, if the Cowboys can continue to play how they look Monday, Cowboys and the Chiefs.
The winner of this Cowboy game should be going to Super Bowl. I think the winner of a Cowboys-San Francisco game are going to beat whoever wins the other round. So
I agree with that too.
Yeah,
I agree with that too. It's only Dallas, San Fran, and Philly to me. I didn't even look at the Giants. I'm be honest with you, but I never thought about the third game. That third game is always critical. Like it's hard to beat teams 3 times.
Yeah,
it is difficult.
Numbers,
it's difficult. Even in high school sports, it's just hard. It's hard to beat somebody 3 times. Like I can remember, I blew this team out by 40 points first game, 25, and then we played them in a championship game in the counties. They fucking won by 10. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Well, that's a nice segue to the next conversation, which is the NBA. And Wes, he's at the game. He's with the Houston Charlotte game. Yeah, he said he wanted to see LaMelo. He's got a young basketball player, daughter. She plays ball, so he's got her at the game. But this season, we were hoping for a lot more from the Lakers. But in as much as there were 2 games below 500, 3 games, something like that. 500,
13th place.
13th place. They're playing a lot better than they did last year. LeBron is putting up numbers. Russ is putting up numbers coming off the bench. The role players, they got a lot better role players this year. Cats showing up. Boy, Thomas Bryant has showed up. Lonnie Walker, who's been hurt, he's been showing up when he's playing. Who's the what's his name from Germany? Black dude, point guard.
Oh yeah, Schroeder.
Thank you. Schroeder. He been putting up numbers, out the blue every once in a while. So they look good, and AD is street clothes. He's stretching man. But when he comes back, when he played, he was the best player in the league for that 2 weeks stretch. So he come back. They said right before All-Star, can stay healthy through the rest of the year. You don't think they could be competitive for playoff time?
I don't know, man. It's hard to tell with the Lakers, brother. I'm a diehard Laker fan. It's just, I think once LeBron get that record, his motivation is gonna stop. I think it's all self-motivated for LeBron. He's trying to pass Kareem. Him and Kareem got this little thing going on. You know about that, right? Him and Kareem is, he don't got no respect for Kareem. Kareem don't got respect for him. So he wants to pass Kareem's record. So it's personal for LeBron.
In a Laker jersey.
He want to make sure he do his numbers. So I think that's why you see the improvement of the Lakers, because LeBron is motivated. And once his motivation is gone, the AD come back. I just don't think the chemistry is there for that team. We don't have enough shooting, man. Mm-hmm. We don't have enough shooting at all. Schroeder is okay, right? And Westbrook, he don't have a jump shot. So what do we do?
None not doing nothing, but you need shooters.
None is he don't play the same no more.
He's none.
Right.
None is none. But the West is tough too. That's what I'm saying. Even though you're only 3 games below 500, you're 13th or 12th, but you're 3 games out of 6. You know what I'm saying? So you're right there, but it's just the West is so stacked that
West is stacked. Yes.
Are you really going to be able to sustain this? And I agree with Coach, because all his motivation is that scoring record that you see it from LeBron. He's playing like a man possessed. Will this carry over?
Yo, this dude is 38 years old.
I know. He's balling.
And since he turned 38, he's averaging 37 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
You want that record, man? Kareem fired him up.
But what about the 9 rebounds and the 7 assists? That's
he's balling.
He's no doubt about it.
He's balling, and it ain't like he's ball hogging. He's still being LeBron.
Yeah, he is.
Pass first, setting people up. It's not like he's changed his game to he's a stat pattern. No, he's trying to win every game except when I think he should take the ball out of Russell Westbrook's hands at the end of the game and be the guy like with the Philly game the other night. That was horrible.
LeBron, I might just say one thing about that, what you just said. I don't know if he's being LeBron. He scored first now. Now he scored. He used to be pass first. He scored first. Watch the game. Watch a game and watch his mentality. He scored first.
He's giving you 8 assists a game, bro.
Yeah, but he scored first. Trust me. Watch him.
Okay.
Watch
all
him.
No. I mean,
come back to this conversation.
Okay. All right. But
LeBron is definitely putting his head down, getting to that rim.
All right. Given that, right? Before AD got hurt, he was the best player in the league for 2 weeks. Would you agree or disagree? He come back, give you that. Russell Westbrook is legitimately the 6th man of the year, and LeBron is playing still. After he passes Kareem, man,
y'all are playoffs. I mean, that's not playing. Right now, I got y'all for playing. But if what you described came to fruition, you talking about a legitimate playoff team. But is that sustainable, Hop?
Yeah.
I mean, is street clothes really good?
It's AD. It's AD.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because to play like that is risky on your body. I mean, like to stay. He was balling, like he had the league by the ball, which is why he got hurt, yo. So if he came back and did that, it's not sustainable, yo. Not for the rest of the season.
No.
And if it is, he's gonna get hurt again, yo. He's just that cat.
Well, I'm just a player like Thomas Bryant, like excites me as in terms of an additional body that you can depend on to give you, 12 to 15 points extra with an AD. You can sit AD down, give him a break. Let's bring Bryant on the. You know what I mean? Like I see that, and if they could pick up a shooter somehow, they could pick up a shooter.
We need one bad. But before I got cut off, Hawk, the question about LeBron being the best player in the NBA during that 2 week span, I got
no. AD was.
Oh, AD.
Before
AD
got hurt, that 2 week span, he was the best player in the league.
AD, yeah, I agree with that.
Right. Now, LeBron giving us 80% of what he's giving us now with AD on the floor. And all these other role players who've matured, know their role, know their position, and can execute in their role, in their position, I think they could be competitive. Winning champion, I'm not going to go out on a limb like that. I'm just saying they could be competitive.
I think they're playing. I mean, and we weren't saying that before this, but the role players have definitely stepped up. Like Bryant, while AD has been out, the team collectively around him, they've all stepped up. And if AD can give you what he was giving you then and stay healthy, yeah, y'all playing material, no doubt.
Who they played the other night? There was no LeBron, no AD, and no Russ, and they gave somebody a run. He lost, but it was a good game. It was like 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Yeah, I think I know what game we talking. I'm trying to remember what game that was. I think I saw that.
It's like things like that impress me, that the role players can actually compete.
Mm-hmm.
That just gives me a little optimism.
Well, we're selling it short, or we haven't really said too much about it. But Darvin Ham is doing his thing, yo. Yeah. We haven't really given him credit, but he's doing his thing for what he inherited. Those egos and his lack of shooting, jump shooting, because they got no shooters, yo.
No.
Almost zero. Like really.
Darvin Ham doing good. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
Defense has stepped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They play tough.
But I can't see the Lakers. I can't even see them in the play-in game. I'll be honest with you, because I got named 9 teams that's better than them, man. It's too the West is thick, man.
It is.
Oh my God. Everybody playing up the par.
So all right, who you got in the West then?
To win it?
To win it. The West.
Right now.
I'm gonna throw a team out there.
I got Memphis.
I got Denver.
And Denver's leading. Denver's leading the West right now. And they look like beasts, too.
Denver always do good. Like they just run out of steam. No joke.
Jamal Murray stay healthy, bro.
Yeah.
That's
the key to Denver, Jamal Murray.
Well, Porter's doing his thing.
Porter's back.
Aaron Gordon is playing like a monster. Yeah,
Caldwell Pope has been doing wonders for. I think he leads the league in 3-point percentage. I think.
I might not agree with what I'm going to say, but Steph Curry, when Golden State get it together, they're gonna be right back there again.
No, what are you talking about? All right, so I got this thing. In my opinion, healthy Steph Curry is the best player in the league.
Agreed.
Like, there's nobody that takes over a game like Steph Curry when he's healthy.
Yeah.
They're gonna need more girth in the middle and the continued tick of their role players. But Golden State should be there.
That's who I think is gonna win it. I just think they always come around in the end, man. The slow start.
Yeah.
I just think what's the guy, the sixth person off the bench? When he took over when Scott was hurt, when Curry was hurt, he showed you, man, he needed to be a starter.
Jordan Poole.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the Splash Brothers bought a pool.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Splash Brothers bought a pool.
They're amazing. They definitely showed that they're the best team in basketball last year. Boston Celtics showed out last year. Boston Celtics showing out this year.
Boston is tough, man.
Yeah.
They're the number. They're the one right now.
They might be the best team in the league.
Yeah.
The Nets.
Yeah, but it's something about that postseason. That's a different season altogether. And a team like Golden State, like you said, shows their
show their ass every time.
When you get there, it's a different beast. Draymond.
Yeah, but a team like Boston, though, remember they've been they got there last year, but leading up to this, and they're all young boys leading up to this.
Right.
They're in the past couple of championship games. You know what I'm saying? The Eastern Conference championship games. So they know how to get there. They're young enough. They have the experience. It's just a matter of, and what they said, they just ran out of steam last year.
They did.
They basically had to fight their way back into contention from mid season.
Right.
And once the playoffs start, they just ran out of steam. But they're thorough, yo.
They are thorough. They play defense, man. And you got to love any team that play defense the whole entire game. Non-stop. They coming at you. That guy, Smart, I just think he do something. He is like the glue.
Mm-hmm.
He may not be the best offensive player on the floor or the most talented, but he plays the best defense to me.
Mm-hmm.
He set the trend for all of it, man. And then Brooklyn. I just think Brooklyn is another team that we be forgetting to talk about. Brooklyn is there. I think Kyrie got something to prove, and Durant definitely got something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they supporting Cat. And I think they got more shooting than the Lakers. They got more shooting than Boston.
Yeah, they do, but they have that hurdle against Boston. Like Boston owns them.
They do.
And the problem is, obviously Durant's hurt right now.
Mm-hmm.
They need that court time together so they can really keep it together because prior to Durant getting hurt, what were they 18-2 in the 20-game stretch? I mean, they were balling, yo.
Balling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you saw it. I could see it. Like this is what they. And then what's the coach they have?
Jacques Vaughn.
Oh yeah, that's the one you got to give up to too. He put it together, man.
Yeah, because Steve Nash didn't really. I don't think they had much respect for him.
No,
he definitely wasn't what Jacques Vaughn is as far as defense is concerned and concentrating on defense.
Right.
Because all those shooters, if you play just a little bit of defense, you're gonna be competitive. You're gonna win a lot of games, and that's why they went on that run.
Yep. They got everything.
Right. Well, I was thinking they might need a big man. They still need something.
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Claxton
is a block rebound machine, no doubt.
But he needs some beef.
Yeah.
Although he did put on some weight over the offseason, but they need another body. They need someone like who I think they should get. They should get Boogie, yo.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect for them.
Yep. Yeah.
Clog up that lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He got skill. He can shoot. He can handle right. He wouldn't mess up their flow.
Nope.
He's the beefy they need inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coach, while we talking about the Brooklyn Nets, we talking about Kyrie Irving in terms of what he means to the community. Because I've never seen, let me not say that. I think the last person we've seen like Kyrie Irving is actually Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 70s. And, it's a gift and a curse in a lot of ways, but I really appreciate what he represents, so to speak. It's real weird because it's sports and athletics, but his energy, because he doesn't really say a lot. He just puts his money where his mouth is, and he's involved. What do you think about Kyrie Irving as a basketball professional?
In my honest opinion, I think Kyrie's a great basketball player. I think he's one of the top 3 in the league right now, and I think he's probably the best point guard since AI. You know what I mean? In terms of him, his off the court, his off the court activism.
And I don't want you to, I'm
controversy.
I don't want to get into the controversy.
Yeah.
It's just
he
like
speaks his mind. I like that. I like the fact that he he's outspoken. He's gonna tell you what's on his mind. Mm-hmm. I like that. You gotta love that part about him. Mm-hmm. Not getting into the politics of it. That part you gotta admire. I mean, anybody that's willing to risk that NBA career for his own personal, agenda in politics, and you gotta put your hats off to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a movement on his own.
That's the thing. That movement, it was like it's very unique. It is unique. Very unique.
It is unique. I haven't seen anything like that. It's definitely different. Yeah. Definitely different. I just think, there's a lot of people who give back to the community, but there's not a lot of people, that actually talk out and speak out and speak what's on their mind, right? Like there's a big difference than giving money to the boys club and giving money to a local organization, and you actually fighting the system, right? He fighting the norm, the whole COVID wave. He was fighting against it. You know what I mean? And I respect that. I definitely respect that 120%.
And just for the viewership out there, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing.
No,
because when Muhammad Ali was, speaking out and taking a stand back in late 60s, 70s, so many people disagreed with his stance and wasn't in tune, but would have to respect him later for the stance that he took, and being resolute in that, So it's just a hats off to Kyrie because I go in. And sometimes I'm a little critical, but
you can go in.
But the whole COVID thing, whatever.
No, I know it's all good.
But in hindsight, like I really appreciate what he means to like the community and how he represents himself.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that was agree with him. A lot of people agree with that brother.
Yeah.
Like I said, he have a movement, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So him on the court and what the Brooklyn Nets have been able to do with him and KD both on the court is like next level. You seen after he got back on the team. What Cliff, you said they won what was it, a streak?
They won 18 out of 20, which is the most in franchise history in a 20-game period. But they won. I think their winning streak ended at 12 games, which was the longest in the NBA this year. So yeah, they did their thing. Right. But with that being said, since KD's been hurt, they haven't won a game. I want to say they're 0-3. So they've been struggling recently. So hopefully Kyrie can get them out of that.
Yeah.
So what about the
if anybody could, Kyrie could.
Yeah. What about the other tri-state team, New York Knicks?
Doing their thing, yo. Knicks doing their thing, yeah.
Yeah, I went to a Knicks game the other night, actually, 2 nights ago. They played Indiana. And they beat them. Although they was up by 25 and they came back. Indiana came back, but they, the Knicks they playing very well, man.
I like Brunson. He
had 48. He had 40 something.
Who?
Randall had like 48 the other night. Was that Indiana game?
No, RJ Barrett was doing something.
Oh, he had 48.
RJ Barrett, no, he had 30 something.
No, it's another game.
Well, yeah, because RJ Barrett had 40. It was 2 nights ago. Yeah, he had. But Brunson had like 44.
Brunson, that's the one. Brunson, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the one who had 40 something points.
Oh, okay.
Doing the Indiana.
He's got multiple 40, but does he have multiple 40-point games for the Knicks this year?
Who, Brunson?
Brunson, yeah.
I'm not sure, but that Indiana game was his high though. I know that when it happened.
Yeah, that's the game he was balling. I was at that game. I mean, the guy was out of this world, man. I didn't know he had a jump shot like that, but his whole floor game is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He solidifies that team, and he takes them to. I think he keeps them in the middle of the pack in the East, yo.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. Knicks are not one of those top upper echelon teams, but I think they're right in the middle.
They're number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're number 6.
Yeah, Celtics is first, Bucks second, 76ers, Nets, Cavaliers, Knicks, Heat, Pacers, Hawks, Bulls, Raptors, Wizards, Magic, Pistons, Hornets. Celtics we know is the probably the best team in the league, right this second. Bucks and Giannis.
Because he hasn't been playing. I think he missed his last 3.
And a couple weeks ago, he had like multiple games of single-digit scoring. I don't know about the Bucks. I don't know about the Bucks.
No, I do. They good. I do. They're the second best team in the East, yo. Nah, they good. Listen, they haven't had Middleton most of this time. Okay. And Giannis, whatever he's going through right now, but he's going to be back. The Bucks are going to be there.
I think, they're going to get figured out come playoff time.
Come on, they got Drew, Middleton, and Giannis. That's all they need.
He's a beast. Oh, my God.
Drew is a beast. Yeah, he had 40-something last night.
Yeah, when the other two are on the court, he plays a totally different style. It's a totally different chemistry on the court. With neither one of them on the floor, it's his world. He's the number one right now. So his whole approach is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With them two on the floor, now I'm playing a different style of game, and Giannis is the feature. I think at playoff time, he can be figured out. And then it's just on Middleton, whether he can make it happen or not. That one year he made it happen. Can you count on him? Yeah.
Well, now his health is the issue, but that's a good 3-headed monster, Hawk. I mean, Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis.
Championship. They won a chip.
That's what I'm saying. And I think
no.
I mean, besides Boston, they're the second best team in the East.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly, you can't really sleep on them. Philly is right there.
I love Philly.
Philly's right there.
Philly's right there.
They come together and start to gel.
Mm-hmm.
I like Philly a lot, man. I like Embiid, man. I think he's an incredible player.
And now they got Maxey coming off the bench.
Oh,
man. Yeah.
So
you got Milton.
Yeah.
Man, their Sixers is a beast.
Yeah.
They're not to be slept on. Nets we talked about. The Cavaliers.
Yeah, with Donovan coming over. Although he's hurt now tonight, but
just got hurt. Yep.
Happened.
I think he pulled a hammy.
Yeah, hamstring.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell is the most underrated player. They don't give him his due, man. The stuff that he doing in Cleveland is crazy. Nobody did it since LeBron.
It's crazy.
that guy is playing out of this world, brother.
Yeah. You got the Knicks, the Heat, Pacers, Hawks. Let's go over the Western Conference. Nuggets is first, Grizzlies 2. Ja Morant just be screaming on jokers. He said, if you want to go viral, jump with me.
Did you see that dunk where he brought that thing from way back here? Ooh, yeah, he's
have mercy. And he said they're coming out of the West, so don't even worry about it. The Pels. When is Zion back?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They said it was a few weeks when he went out, and Ingram hasn't been back either. Really? So I mean, hopefully both of them come back and they can. Pheonix has just been falling apart. They fall off a cliff.
Right. I don't know.
Apparently, there's a lot of infight going on there.
Really?
Yeah. With Ayton and the coach.
But that's been the last 3 years. I don't know why they just don't send Ayton somewhere else.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Every year they beefing.
I mean, he could go to Brooklyn.
And they still holding on to Crowder. I don't know what his problem is, but they've been looking to trade him from the beginning of the year.
Yep.
He's a very good defender, man.
Shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing him in LA. To be honest with you. Crowder.
Great. That would be great.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Either one of them.
3D guy.
That would be great.
Yep. Got the Kings. Kings not bad.
You guys show them love because they doing that. They're doing their thing, and they really playing well. Shea is man, he killing them.
Yeah. Is Sabonis a top 10 player?
Top 10?
Top 15?
Maybe, top 15 playing like it. I know that. Sabonis has been balling this year, yo. Sabonis has been balling, yo.
He balling.
You got to give him props.
Sabonis is nice, bro.
He is nice.
You got the Mavs. What's up with Luka? What y'all think he gonna do?
He need help, but he's doing his thing.
Yeah, Luka, you can't say nothing bad about him at all.
MVP?
Who we got?
Luka.
MVP?
MVP, yeah. You think right now he's in the mix.
He up there.
Joker, Embiid, I think. Tatum.
I think Tatum's gonna get it. Just because of with the Celtics stand at now.
If my man keep playing the way he playing, and they get a seed in the playoffs, they skip the playing round. LeBron needs to be MVP, bro.
LeBron.
That's what I said. If we keep playing the way he playing, and they make the playoffs, skipping the playing round, he deserves MVP.
Well, that means he would average 30.
Right. Right now, was he averaging 30? But since he turned 38, he's averaging 37. Let's say he round out about 32 points. Damn. 32 points, 9 rebounds, 7-8 assists. They make he surpasses Kareem. They make the playoffs straight, no play-in. End up 6-7 seed. I mean, a 6-5 seed. Just say, you don't think LeBron deserves the MVP?
He'll be in the mix, but because you look at what Joker's doing. You look at a couple other. I want to say 3 or 4 people right now are averaging over 30, which is insane.
Right, but it's on that team relative to what they did last year. When you look at these other teams, these are well-groomed teams.
Yeah, but they got to make the
playoffs for 3-4 years, successful, got pieces around them. LeBron is literally right now carrying the Lakers with no AD.
Yeah, but they still got to make the playoffs at least.
Yeah, they got to make the playoffs.
For him to get any kind of consideration, you got to make the playoffs. Because you could be the best player on the team, but not make the playoffs.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. No, it don't matter.
Empty points.
I agree.
Points with no way.
Joker, 3 repeat. Think that's gonna happen?
He's balling. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
no one's taking away from them, and they're number 1 right now.
Yeah,
can't argue that.
Yeah.
No, I agree. But it's, again, if it was the people, they would make excuses as to why they can't give it to the same person 3 times in a row.
It is what it is, man.
All types of excuses why we can't give that person the award 3 times in a row. And then they'll go, well, we're trying to grow the game. It's international. That helps us grow the game. But anyway, you can't front him. He's balling.
Yes, indeed.
He's one of my favorite players in the league. You know, I think he's actually, you know, again, this is gonna sound like a hypocrite, but I like his game better than Embiid's.
You like the Joker better than Embiid? Oh man. I don't know, man.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. But I mean, I see what you're saying. Bro. Joker, he's a magician, yo. The things he does, and it looks effort. The passes he makes,
right?
I mean,
that's the edge.
He can't jump on a curb, yo, and he's able to do what he does, yo. He's impressive, yo.
His footwork is crazy, and Beast's footwork is nice too, though. But Joker's footwork, his passing.
I think that's where the edge at with the Joker passing.
Yeah,
that's the edge because Embiid's not really a passer. He's not really a player.
But you know,
force.
I think that if Embiid got the MVP, I wouldn't be mad. Like he would deserve it. It wouldn't be like he's undeserving of it. Last year I thought he could have gotten it.
Yeah.
It was close, you know. But yeah, man. So listen, we've been here a few hours. You know, I don't want to keep Coach too long. You know, so
I'm having fun.
Okay, well, you know, we go in. There it is. All right. I saw you over there. You know, letting off steam.
Hey, man, yeah, man. I'm relaxing. I'm letting my red tear. It's time.
Yeah, man. Well, there it is. Well, let's talk more about the Mavericks then, because you know, in terms of MVP, we talk. You know, Luka. You know what does that team have to do to get past the hump? Because it's all about Luka.
They need help.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, what type of help will help them the most, but they need other players. They need someone to complement Luka.
Right, that's true. A lot like Dallas. Dallas is an interesting team, man. They just you know they always be like 3 or 4 players away.
Yeah,
I think Luka in my mind, I think he probably the one. I think Luka and the Joker, those are the 2 most important players in the league right now.
Wow.
I'm just be honest with you.
Why do you say that?
Because they make the ratings, man. They make it happen. They both pass, they both score, they both rebound, they do everything. They do everything. They do everything for a team, man.
Except for defense, though. Defense.
They play D.
Not Luka. He's not. Luka
got better this year, though.
Yeah.
He got a lot better this year. Just a little bit, but he plays a little defense. I think they both it's just the way the game is going, man. Big men, shooting threes and passing the ball and doing everything.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that,
international now, man.
Yeah. Well, speaking of big men being able to do it all, what's your thoughts on the young boy Wembanyama that's going to be entering the draft next year or this year? Excuse me.
I think that's where the game is headed, man. Like that guy, like who doesn't want him? Like, I mean, who can stop him? Have you seen those highlights?
7'4", got a crossover.
Yeah, he shoots
wet
floater. He's giving you everything.
Man, I saw him dunk over people. Like, what the hell?
Yo, he's taking you off the dribble. He's stepping back on you.
Yeah, that's
he's
crazy.
giving you the whole shebang.
Yeah, that's what the game is.
That's 7'4".
Smiling in your face, and he's a killer. That's what they say.
Like that, it's unfair. Yo, they got the it was a game. Somebody was shooting a 3, and he was standing like he jumped from like 11 feet from homie. And his wingspan, you could see the height at the apex of the ball. It was
crazy.
Like it's unfair. I don't know what they're gonna do with the game because you're not gonna be able to shoot over this.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What you gonna do with the game?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's definitely they said the top players in the league are all international players right now. The leading scorers. Gilchrist, what's that boy out in OKC?
OKC. Let me go get my pad.
Who's OKC? The boy. This has got the crazy name. Let's see, Thunder.
Shea.
Yeah, exactly.
Shea Gilchrist Alexander or something.
Gilchrist Alexander. There you go. Yeah.
Shea Gilchrist Alexander.
He's like third in scoring right now.
Yeah.
Who's leading the league in scoring? Cliff?
It could be Luka.
I think Luka's leading. Who's like 2? Embiid, I think.
Embiid, probably.
I think Embiid. It's all international players. Top 4 leading scorers are international players.
Oh my gosh! Tell me what's the list.
That was it. It's Luka, Embiid, Shea Gilchrist Alexander, and one more person.
Oh, Alexander. Yeah, Gilchrist Alexander. Oh, yeah. He's official. Woo. Oh, yeah. I didn't know he was an international player, though.
Yeah, he's from leading NBA scorer.
I didn't know that he was an international player, but he's official.
Is Luka, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum's. I'm sorry.
Tatum.
Giannis is 4, and Shea Gilchrist Alexander's 5.
Oh, okay.
Of the top 5 for international.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, man, that's where the game is going, and it's a beautiful thing. Definitely a beautiful thing.
It is.
Grow the game. NIL. What's your opinions on name, image, likeness, coach? Uh-oh.
I guess he was like, nah, I ain't down with that.
Nah, I ain't down with that. I ain't got nothing to say.
I would definitely be interested to know if his girls are how involved are them and if they're making money, on the women's side of that. And at the high school level, particularly at a program like as successful as his.
Yeah.
NIL.
That's just I brought that up because we mentioned the growth of the game itself, and with social media and YouTube and the like, you can reach out to an international audience. So as the game grows, so does your reach and access to market and promote yourself internationally, as well as international to the United States. Because you see these young names that are in the NBA and they're international. So basketball players are checking for basketball players. Hearing who's hot here, who's hot there, and as the game grows, there's just more access. It's not always a negative thing that we're losing it if we understand how to, extract the value from it. So somebody needs to draft one Brazilian dude.
Isn't that the cat that's in college right now? He's at like a D2. Do you know who he's talking about? Because I saw a Sports Center top play, him dunking on somebody off of a
yeah. So we talking about the one-arm basketball player.
Oh, I saw him play too in Brazil. He's from Dominican Republic, right?
Brazil. I think that's what JT. Big shout out to JT in the building. Yeah,
I saw him play against one of my Newark guys that play on Duke now.
Really?
What's his name? Oh God, my brother's name. Because his brother plays football for Chicago, and then he has a brother on Duke that plays point guard. I mean, he plays a shooting guard. But I saw them play together. They went at each other. That guy is incredible, man. The left-handed guy, he's incredible. He do everything. Dunk, shoot threes, play D. It's incredible what he could do.
Yeah. Do you think he can make the league or no?
I think he'll make the league just strictly because the league, again, is about entertainment in the end, and he'll sell some tickets, right? And a smart owner, smart business-minded owner, I would put him on my team just because, you know, it's an attraction. Folks would want to see him, right? But you said something before we got cut off about the NIL.
NIL, yeah, name, image, likeness.
Yeah. I think it's about time, man. They make so much money off of, you know, college athletes. It's like hip hop music, man.
I thought of that because we talking about the growth of the game. It becomes international, and you know, basketball players into basketball, so they're gonna follow basketball players. Somebody got a name in, you know, Slovenia. You know, you check them for it, and vice versa. So that grows the reach, that grows the access. YouTube, social media, being able to reach internationally just opens up so many lanes for basketball itself. That, you know, I just wanted your opinion on how that translates into name, image, likeness. Cliff actually had a question in terms of what you've seen personally and folks who've been able to take advantage of so far.
Yeah, like with the success of your program and your girls, I mean, have they been able to take advantage of NIL, get deals like that or anything like that?
Oh man, but you know, you guys you dropping the seed right now. I'm definitely gonna go back to the tape because no, they haven't. Just to be honest, and we should have. And again, man, I think these athletes they get used and abused, man. And it's time for them to receive some kind of compensation for that. They asked to do so much, and other people benefit from it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think now it should be, and even in high school, and you know, the schools benefit, the district benefit, but the parents and the kids, they don't. You know, they gotta hope and pray that their kid get a scholarship. Right. So I think it should be some monetary something gained from that. And I just believe it's a time, it's a wave.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, with the, like I said, with the social media, technology, access, I'm seeing high school games broadcasted like the clip we saw earlier. That looks very professional, like you would want to associate your brand company with the support of youth athletics through this type of content.
Right.
That's value created by these young men and women. They should be compensated for what they bring to the game. And okay, that's dope. That's dope. Let me I guess what's your pick for the NBA chip? Who you got? You're a Laker fan, but you don't think they're gonna do anything. So who you got out of the West?
I got Boston. I got Boston, and I know it's kind of Memphis might go, but I just think I think it'll be good. I want to see Memphis and Golden State go at it. In the West, I want to see them two play to see who's gonna make it there. But I think Boston and Brooklyn gonna fight it out in the East.
Nice. Coach, brother, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
No doubt.
I got Jasmine in the kitchen whipping it up right now.
God bless you, Jasmine. Good. Need that, man.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So yeah, man, you know, it's a pleasure having you on the show, bro. You know, you're welcome anytime. We usually do this on Tuesdays until NBA All-Star break, and then we're gonna switch it to Thursdays and finish out the NBA season. And of course, we take a hiatus on during the summer. But anytime you want to come on, you're more than welcome. If something happens, you want to talk about the Lady Pheonix, you know, and the success, please share it with our audience, bro. Please.
I would be happy to, man. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is. This is IZM SPORTS, man. Hakeem Green, Cliffy, A.K. Zatch Master Fresh, and of course, Coach Amiri Baraka in the building. Yeah, we out. Peace, JT. You already know. One.
Peace.